guys, welcome to another episode of Costa Rica Real Estate and Investments with me, your host, Richard Bexon. Today, we've got Cristina Guerrini back on the show. She actually did, I think, episode 29 or 30, but we got her back on just because the digital nomad visa has passed the second debate and is imminent to be signed by the president here. So wanted to kind of get an update from her and also what the process is probably going to be like and also kind of how much it's going to cost, etc. Because I know that there's quite a few people out there that want to get to know all this information about basically how it works. So we thought that we'd get her quickly back on because I know quite a few questions have come up from this. So let's get straight into it, guys. Good afternoon, Cristina. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for joining us again. I just mentioned in the intro that basically we've kind of rushed to get you on because again, the digital nomad visa just passed its second, its second debate. So a lot of people are asking me is how soon is it going to be, before they can apply for it?
Yeah, so thank you for having me here. It is always a pleasure. And we had the good news, Digital Nomad passed. So we're just waiting for the president to sign it. And so we hope it will be possible to apply for the visa by the end of this year. We are not sure, but definitely we can start today the process, because remember that the first thing to start any immigration process is schedule an appointment, and we can schedule today, and then hoping that by the time the appointment comes, the category will already be available so the person can apply as digital nomad.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think you said that a while back that if you went to immigration to get an appointment on your own, it basically you'll see probably something next year, maybe wherever. Whereas if you apply through a lawyer, there's a special platform that they use so they can get different, they can get appointments earlier. So I'm pushing the lawyers on everyone here just because again, it's going to happen they have a special relationship with immigration.
Thank you. I will not call it special relationship because we operate strictly by the books, but there's a special platform.
Yep. Okay. So
but this is true.
No, sorry. I was just going to say the investor visa once it got through second debate got signed really quickly, right?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. So I'm expecting that the same will happen for the digital nomad. I hope the president will sign maybe next week. But then remember, we have to wait for the resolution of immigration authorities establishing the final details and the requirements and the final list. And the law states that they have 2 months to do so. So we hope we will have the resolution by the end of September, maybe.
Yep. So I mean, theoretically, if somebody applied or someone contacted you today, contracted you and said, hey, can you give me an appointment? When do you think you'd be getting appointments?
I think around November at the moment, if we do as attorneys.
Yep. And I mean, the process to apply, I mean, is it similar to some other processes out there that you think they're going to bolt this onto an existing visa that's out there? I mean, how do you think that the process is going to be a little bit different?
So in theory, the immigration should set up a special platform for digital nomads, and it hasn't happened yet, so we don't know how it works, but there is already a similar category, which is called estancia visa, and it is a special permit already existing, and from the moment the application are submitted, immigration takes like 2 months to resolve. So I will expect similar results for digital nomads. I know that immigration have a lot of pressure, that they feel that they will have to speed things up, but I think it should be easy. Maybe it will, for example, to demonstrate that you have the required income, you can simply provide bank statements, which is kind of easy. Of course, you will have to notarize and apostille them or do the process of legalization, but yeah, it should be easy. And actually our quote, for example, for digital nomad is cheaper than the quote for residency applications.
Okay. I mean, how much, if you don't mind me asking, just because I know that people are going to be wondering this and, they have to contact you. I mean, how much could they be looking for this process?
So we are thinking about $700 of legal fees, and you have to add, of course, expenses and translations costs and everything. But we are thinking about that, hoping that immigration does not come back with a resolution saying, no, you need blah, 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 and everything and overcomplicate things. But I don't think so.
I mean, what paperwork do you think is going to be needed for this?
So the main question that we are receiving from our client is, will we need birth certificates and criminal background check? We don't know yet because the final list of requirement hasn't been published by immigration, but I think so because for the general category of estancia of 1 year, they do request that. So in my opinion, they will need that. They will also need, in case of family groups, they will need also the documents stating the bonds. So birth certificate for the kids, marriage certificate for the spouse, and they will need to all demonstrate that they have the income, which to remind the people who are looking here is $3,000 per month for a person, a single person, or $4,000 for a family group.
Okay.
And also we have to remember that the applicant shall demonstrate that he has, or he or she has a private insurance, because no caja is required for digital nomad, only private insurance. And this is one of the requirements of the application. It must be submitted with the application.
That's a private health insurance.
Private health insurance. Yes, okay. Correct.
So, I mean, if someone has private health insurance in the US, but it covers international, that should probably cover it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Another question I have been asked in the last month regarding digital nomad is, since when do I need to demonstrate that I make $3,000? So the law states that they will review the last 12 months from the application. So for example, if you don't have the income yet, and you will have it in the future, you cannot apply immediately as digital nomad.
Yeah. Well, I think this is great information here. I mean, it's I take it there's not, how much is it going to be beyond the lawyer's fees? I mean, are they going to put a large amount to actually apply for the visa?
The general category of estancia costs $300 of expenses for immigration authorities. Okay. So I will expect something similar for the digital nomad visa.
Okay.
And the most important thing is that it should not be required to pay a guarantee deposit, which is what makes a huge difference when you apply for residency, because as a UK citizen, that if you apply for residency, then at the end of the process, you have to pay a very high guarantee deposit as UK citizen. Yeah. I don't remember the exact amount, but for example, for Italians, $1,700 for Italians, which is per person, insane. Wow. In the case of digital nomad, it will not be required. So it's a huge benefit.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that it's a great summary that we've given here. I mean, probably by the end of September, it's going to be ready. You can start getting your appointments today if you're with a lawyer. If you're not with a lawyer, you can also get your appointments, but they're probably going to be next year sometime. How long is this visa going to last for? Is it a 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? I mean, do they have an idea of how long it'll last?
Yes, so the special permit will be valid for 1 year.
Okay.
And it can be renewed for an additional year, but in this case, the law states a minimum length of stay in Costa Rica to be able to renew the condition. What I'm trying to say is that you must live at least 6 months in Costa Rica in the first year of the permit to be able to renew it. If you just stay here for 3 months, you will not be able to renew it. I assume it's because, where is the interest of the government in you spending money here? And if you don't stay here, you don't spend money here, then why should I renew your visa?
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, this is awesome information. I mean, I think that people listening to this are just going to be, I mean, I know a lot of people have been waiting. So guys, if you've been waiting, contact Cristina, she'll get you your appointment, you'll get moving, and you can basically get your butts down here to Costa Rica, unless you're already here, of course. So yeah. Is there anything else that you think that listeners should be aware of, or that they should know about it?
Not really. I don't think.
What about countries that can apply for this? Can any country in the world apply for this, or are there only certain countries that can apply for the digital nomad visa?
Any country, absolutely any country. Again, the nationality makes a difference in terms of security deposit at the end of the process, but only for residencies. And of course, also where you're from will make harder or easier obtaining the documents.
Yeah.
For the Costa Rican purposes, no difference.
Yeah, I think you'd mentioned that a while back, that there are services that do get the documents for you, but they're really backlogged at the moment. So it's very difficult. So sometimes it might be easier just to get them all before you come.
Yes, exactly. We work with the company, Get the Docs, which works very fast. Our clients are super happy and they can help procure documents abroad. And so we have been using it for many of our clients. It is very useful.
Okay, great. Well, again, as I said, this is awesome information. I appreciate you taking the time on this Friday afternoon to kind of meet with me. I just wanted to get this podcast done because I know a lot of people out there are going to have questions. I mean, this is great news for the country. We've been waiting for this. I mean, the question here is there going to be enough space for everyone that's going to be coming is going to be the question, right?
Well, I think so. I mean, people is already here. They just don't have their to apply for residency or estancia visas digital nomad.
True. Well, I wonder if we're going to see long-term rentals start to increase. You know, I mean, the price of long-term.
Well, I don't know. The years Nosara and rentals are insanely high, but actually they're expecting to decrease because now there are not so many places because people have been living here just during COVID. Now that COVID is better, then some people are going back to their home country. So maybe there are more apartments. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks very much, Cristina. Anyone that wants to contact Cristina, all of her details will be in the description. Cristina, what is the URL of your company, if you don't mind me asking, just so that any listeners can type it in?
Thank you. It's www.cribo.cr.
Okay, so it's Charlie, Romeo, India, Bravo, Oscar.cr. Yeah, Cribo. CRIBO.cr. Okay, great. Yep. Awesome. Well, Cristina, thanks again, and you have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.